his pantry. Sorry for the noise, I'm canning in the background. Tonight we're gonna have a beautiful, easy fast food dinner my way. All right, fast food my way is I don't order out and I don't stop at one of those places. We just don't do that. Fast food my way is elk and mushrooms that I canned last year. And so this wild mushroom dish, we're gonna put it together with a Wildtree recipe. I'm going to use Wildtree's version, and this is a sampler for a Hostess, so that's why it looks like that. It comes in more professional packaging. I'm going to use this to help me with my sauce. It makes it quick, simple, easy, and it's healthy. There's no preservatives, no nothing in this. So, and I canned my elk and wild mushrooms, and we're going to have it over quick pasta. And it's going to be delicious. And so I thought I'd bring you along for the ride and a different spin on a Wildtree recipe. I've been using these products for over a year and a half, and I just absolutely have to have them in my pantry. So, hope it brings you along. Go over to my Wildtree link, and if you'd like, you can sign up and be a rep yourself, make some money, or just get a discount on their products to stock up your pantry. It's nice to have that discount whenever you order. They've extended the $25 for free product later on in any of your future orders, so that goes through this month as well. Anyway, let's get going because it's going to be so fast, it'll be over before you know it. Okay, come on. Okay, guys, so this is going to be quick and easy. I'm going to turn this burner on. We're going to do this in a 1 skillet meal. The recipe calls for some kind of grapeseed oil, and I'm going to use the butter flavor because really and truly I probably would add butter to this. And so while I'm heating that up, it also calls for the stroganoff Hostess sampler is 1 3/4 cups of water, which I feel like I have that in my jar of elk. We'll make sure, I'll strain it off. And a cup of milk and the seasoning packet. 3 cups of white egg noodles. How could that possibly get easier? I don't even know. So that's how quick and easy dinner is going to be tonight because we had a really hard day today, and we're both hungry, and I'm canning, and you know the drill. Okay, so the pan's getting hot. I'm going to put, it calls for a teaspoon. So not, but it also is having you, on the recipe, having you brown off the meat. We aren't going to do that. But that heart healthy oil is going to be just fine in there. And then I'm going to grab a opener for my jar. So I have that handy. Move that somewhere over here. And then I've got my mushroom that we're going to saute. I'm adding mushrooms to this recipe just because I love sauteed mushrooms. So I've got a big pile of them. And as soon as that pan gets hot enough, we're going to go ahead and add some sauteed mushrooms. I'm not going to add any other spices because the Wildtree has all the spices you need right in it, even though it doesn't have any preservatives. Let's see, it has sour cream powder, cream, non-fat milk solids, natural butter flavor, sea salt, tomato powder, cornstarch, mushroom powder, onion powder, garlic powder, dill lactic acid, and it says it contains milk. Obviously it does. And that's it. That's what's going in here, is this little package. It's pretty simple. Basic, but wow, it just makes light of having a big chore. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put these mushrooms down just because we love mushrooms. And they're going to lend some liquid too. So I'm going to go ahead and shut you off so you don't have to listen to that pressure canner venting any longer. And I'll bring you back when these are sauteed. All right, guys, I've got these mushrooms browned off and they smell amazing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my quart jar of wild mushrooms and elk. Ooh, nice. Nice seal. Mmm. Smells amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and pour off the liquid into a measuring cup, I guess. You know what? I'm not even going to do that. I'm just going to make sure that I have enough liquid as I go. So I'm going to pour this down. It calls for a pound of ground beef or chicken or turkey, but I know there's a pound of meat in there. I know that to be a fact. So it calls for a cup and a 3/4 of water. And so I believe that there's a cup and 3/4. If not, I'll add some more water. I have a 1/2 cup of evaporated milk and a 1/2 cup of fat-free milk that I had in the fridge. But you could use whatever you have. And what I'm going to do is I've put the rest of that, rinse that milk out in here and that jar, and that's going right in the pot. This is like Wildtree's healthy version of Hamburger Helper or something like that, because you're not, there's no preservatives, there's no garbage in here. It's all homemade, and I want this in my pantry. I don't want packages of stuff that's sodium laden, full of yuck. Anyway, so I'm going to bring you closer, and this is so easy. You don't have to worry about anything when you're eating this stuff. So now I'm opening the package of the Wildtree mix. And I'm just going to put this down here. It's going to help thicken it. And of course flavor it, because all the spices are in there. I'm going to get a little whisk. Whisk works easier. Now remember, my elk has a lot of flavor too. And it was pressure canned for 90 minutes, and so it's beautifully fork tender. I don't even have to wait for ground beef to cook off. I'm probably going to top this with a dollop of sour cream. I have to say the hardest part about using Wildtree is I have to keep my hands out of adding more stuff to it. It's designed to be as easy and friendly to you to use it as possible. It's going to be a huge help when my husband is gone all week and I'm trying to send meals for him. I can just send it. He can read those instructions. It's like reading a box of mac and cheese. So now it calls for 3 cups of pasta. And I don't know that I'm going to measure, but I'll go my handful method. And I'm using a Heart Smart, healthy, cholesterol-free, yolk-free egg noodle. Well, yolk-free noodle. Once I get this up to temp here, it already looks good. I want to taste it. Okay, let's get the pasta down. Ooh. Okay, I'm going to say that's a cup. It's not quite a cup. That's not quite a cup. So we're going to add another, not quite a cup. And we're going to nestle that pasta right down there and let it just soak up every bit of goodness that's in this can. And you don't have to cover this. It's super easy. How easy is that? Who can't make that? Wildtree, you're amazing. I'm going to put another little buttonhole. And if I have to add water because I added too much pasta to this, you know, I follow directions, it'd be a wonderful thing, but I've been cooking so long I can usually eyeball it. I'd rather eyeball and have to add some water than have to wash another measuring cup. So we're going to let that simmer on its own until that pasta is delicious and tender, and I'm gonna bring you back for that. That's how easy that was. Can you believe it? We're done cooking. All we gotta do is wait now. 11 to 13 minutes and it's dinner. Okay guys, sorry for the noise. The canner is in full swing. So what I'm gonna do is dish up, got some green beans with some, there was a little piece of ham left over. We had ham steaks the other night and there was a little tiny piece left over. So we're gonna go ahead and put that on the side. I chopped it up with the green beans. Put a little butter flavored oil from Wildtree on there, and here we have our skillet. I did not add any more water at all, so it was the perfect amount to get this pasta tender. And we're going to go ahead and dish this up. It's going to be delicious. We already tasted it, so we know it's delicious. And my honey's hungry. Okay, so whoops. There we go with that. I'm going to grab a spoon. I'm just going to put a little dollop of sour cream on the top. That's going to give you a hint of the flavor profile. And a pinch of parsley. There you go. Right on top. Doesn't that look good? Let's zoom you in for that. I'll make sure you get a good visual on that one. And I better have a bite. This is my fast food with a Wildtree twist. And I use this stuff all the time when I'm doing this because it's quick, it's easy, it's delicious, and I know it's good for me. I know it doesn't have a ton of garbage in it. And I made a little sneak of that sour cream and meat. Okay guys, that's my bite. Wow. That elk is so fall apart tender. If I didn't know better, I'd think it was roast beef that I seasoned differently, but it's absolutely delicious. And so this is fast food my way with the help from Wildtree. This is going to help my husband out along the way as well. And hope it brings you back. I hope it inspires you to maybe try something you haven't tried before, or try something outside the box. And if you're doing this canning and preserving and all this, you got to know how to use it. And this is definitely how I'll be using it. So I hope it brings you back to my channel. And boy, I'll leave my links below. And as always, guys, hope to see you next time. God bless.